talk for the end of season review. We're joined by Neil, Matt, obviously me, George and James. You'll probably have seen some of us at the Swindon game if you've seen those fan chats after the games, or potentially some of the others before the end of the season. We're at the Old Volunteer in Caythorpe, and we're just going to run through a few questions about last season and what's coming up for next season. Okay, so the first thing we're going to chat about is going to do some quick fire questions. So I've planned these, no one knows any of the answers to them. I'm just going to go through these quickly. So, top goal scorer for the season, who was it?
Kane Lemons.
How many goals?
14.
14 in all. Okay. Who got the most yellow cards throughout the season?
Gosh.
And I'll tell you it was 10.
Yeah.
There's someone there for both parts of the season then.
Come on, quick. These are quick fire.
Yeah, no, not very quick, is it?
Tootle.
Tootle.
I would say John Stead.
Not a bad shout.
Who are you going for?
Milson.
It was Milson.
Oh,
Rob Milson. Okay.
Shout, good shout.
How many wins did Notts get in the league?
8.
9.
Not enough.
9. It was bang on 9.
Yeah.
Okay. It's depressing. But how many defeats?
Ah, jeez.
How many
Oh,
league
wow.
defeats?
Oh, wow.
46 games. How many times?
I think
did-
28.
That's
28?
Oh, no.
That's a lot.
We lost a lot.
That's a lot.
we did lose a lot.
Every game I went to was a loss, it feels like.
I'm going to say. Yeah, I think it's about 27, 28.
What are you going for?
There was a fair few draws. I'm going to go 21.
George?
29.
23. 23
Okay.
losses.
We're very pessimistic.
Okay, how many clean sheets out of 46 games?
1.
Wow.
That was the 0-0 at the start of the season.
We got one against.
7.
4.
Ooh, I was going to say 7.
I'm going to go 5.
4.
9.
9.
And I will tell you that 13% of the results this season were 0-0.
Be interested to see how many were
So
at
that-
Schofield and how many
Yeah,
were
So-
shame on anyone that's
so that's-
think we kept
yeah.
a clean sheet against.
6 0-0s this season in the league. Okay, how many goals did we score in the league?
We weren't that bad at scoring. Well,
60.
We weren't.
60?
51.
Yeah, I'd say somewhere 50s. 54.
46.
48.
48.
48. That's pretty.
That's a goal. That's
That's
shocking.
just over a goal. How many did Notts concede?
Was it 85?
Wow.
It was
Definitely was.
stupid
Something like
amount.
that, wasn't it?
How many was it?
It wasn't far off double.
You can work that out. What was that goal
I think
at the end of the
it's
season?
It's three.
I think it's
last
80.
day.
One quick fire.
85.
87.
90.
84.
Oh.
84. Right, got some interesting ones. So, a couple of interesting ones. Who had the highest win percentage as manager?
Kill.
Yeah, Kuhl. Nolan was 0.
Nolan was 0.
And Ardley was about 19 or something like that. A little less.
It's
probably.
killed just over 20%. Okay, and finally, this is a pretty shocking stat. In the last, so of all the goals not conceded in the whole season, what percentage came after the 80th minute?
Oh, something ridiculous.
So they conceded 84. Is it 84?
Yeah.
84. How many came? What percentage came after the 80th minute?
35.
That's
35%.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
We were terrible, weren't we? We collapsed
18.
every game.
80.
I'll go middle point, 25.
24%
Ooh,
of
good.
all goals conceded
Good
Is that
guess.
right?
came after the 80th minute.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Shocking. I can think of
It's believable though.
Yeah.
Like Grimsby, Exeter.
Exeter.
It's like thinking how many times did not score after the 80th minute to get a point from a game. I think it's just one. Macclesfield away, I think. Stead's penalty.
Potentially.
I think that's,
Yeah.
I think that's
Terrible.
it.
Terrible.
All right, we'll move on to
Yeah, quickly, please.
to the players. Right, so for this, we're going to imagine that we could keep anyone we want and release anyone we want, regardless of contract. So it's literally a who do you want to keep, who do you want to get rid of for next season. Right, we'll go through them. Some of them will be quick. So right, you've got to think, would they do a job in non-league for us, or do we even want them? Okay, so
Gosh.
Ross Fitzsimmons,
Get rid of him.
get rid.
I don't know.
I
when
like
he
him as keeper.
You know when he came on it when Schofield got sent off.
Yeah.
I think he did well.
He did make it
Only
up
for a
his
small
mistakes,
amount of
but-
time.
I know, but to come in off the bench unexpectedly and make a performance that he did well. And
when
his
last
distribution
season-
was good as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't really cover over the season and a half of rubbish he's given, though.
I mean, he's not had a great
I
defensive
know,
for him, has he? But
he's stepping down.
The thing is, he's a good shot stopper. That's not the problem.
Yeah.
But equally, if you're in non-league or the lower leagues, you look at the Premier League, you are looking for that great shot stopper because sometimes that's what earns you extra points because you just presume that you can do the basics. But Fitzsimmons, he's not particularly great in the air, and there is a strong correlation between when he's been in goal and how many we've conceded.
Yeah.
Good point.
yeah,
I think it's also the communication angle. And,
Yeah.
I don't think we've had a good communicator as a keeper for God knows how many.
Well, that's
Since
something that
Michael
could,
probably.
something that could link into why we can see so many in
Yeah.
goal. It might not be, like we said, he's a good shot stopper. So,
Yeah.
but it's part of his communication may be an issue. It's a bit hard to tell, obviously, because
Yeah, it
we're not
is,
on
yeah.
the pitch. But
No, but you know,
So
you think about Schmeichel.
so divided on Fitzsimmons.
Yeah.
Tuchel,
Keep.
yeah.
yeah, I'd keep him.
Last year's player of the season, wasn't he?
I think on his day when he's absolutely on song, best right back in that.
Yeah,
in,
he'll be fine.
Yeah.
League Two.
So him, Pierce Bird,
Keep.
Oh,
Keep,
yeah.
absolutely keep.
definitely.
He could be pushing for starting 11 next year.
Definitely.
Yeah,
He's got
easy.
He's got to be
Yeah,
pushing.
Oh, it has to be.
He doesn't look out of place.
No, he's
No?
class, isn't he?
No, interesting to see him as a 2 though. He's not played too much, just a 2 in the centre back. So,
No.
so we can see.
Elliot Hewitt.
I would keep him.
I like Hewitt. He's good.
He seems
Yeah.
like one of those players that he'd fall under that mould of if we released him, 2 years' time he'd be playing in leagues above us.
I feel like he'd be like Curtis Thompson.
Yeah,
Just one player of the
yeah.
year at Wickham,
Exactly.
and he's running it at Wickham.
Curtis says.
Yeah,
Yeah.
player of the year.
I've always liked Curtis.
I liked him. Yeah, but Hewitt, you need a
Jeez.
player in that league. He could play fullback, centre mid.
Very
But
versatile.
well, the problem is with it, you have to have the right people playing with him.
Yeah,
And as that sounds stupid, but he can be a very good player. He's fit enough. He's good in the
I
air.
think
He's got good skills.
Sorry to interrupt. I
Yeah.
think last season he was pretty much his first season as a starting centre mid, and he guided his team into the playoffs, which I still don't think was a particularly strong team either. So
stronger
I-
this year. Stronger team this year on paper.
yeah, he didn't play that much.
What a
did he?
pundit
Just-
now.
But Hewitt definitely stay.
Yeah.
Duffy.
I can't see any
Nah.
ways here next
No.
year.
No. I can't see a reason to keep him.
I don't think he's good for the changing room. You know, you watch him on
Point.
you watch him on the pitch and he's just shouting at players. Like I just don't think he's.
I think
good
what
for the
links
team.
into that is that he's a player that's lost the captaincy as well. Like you're saying, is he good for the dressing room if you've got a former captain there?
Well, they were talking about splits in the dressing room this week in
Yeah,
the
they were,
post.
yeah.
You know,
Oh,
the
yeah.
3 split, and is that potentially?
There was an interview with him when he was asked about it, and he was quite sort of coy in his answer.
Oh, was
so,
it? Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. And you know, that's
It's probably not you want the captaincy taken off you,
No.
know.
No. So loanees, we're going to pretend that we would have the option to bring them back, so
Okay.
they would have another year. So Ben Barkley,
No,
no, I'm saying he started off alright,
absolutely not.
but I'm saying no.
I still won't
started
forgive.
okay, but yeah,
Not
he
forgiving
went
him
down.
for his red at Crawley. We would have won that game if he didn't get sent off.
James Barkley.
I think that's a bit harsh though. He was good against Mansfield. He put in a solid effort against Mansfield.
Everyone was going to get.
Who is it that broke forward? And was it him that got rounded on the halfway line? That fell to the floor like he'd been shot. Who was it?
Could have been either of them.
It was one of them. I feel like it was Barkley.
Well, he was the one out of him and Stubbs who got dropped when Duffy came back into the fold. So you presume
Yeah.
I think just
He
it was
wasn't that
probably a
fast.
year or two early for him, and difficult situation for him to come into. To be fair to him.
Right. I feel strongly about this one. Definitely keeping Louis Alessandro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. 100%.
So over the season,
I think in the National League, yeah.
yeah, over the season, he had the best minutes to assist ratio. Oh, I think it was 400 and something minutes per assist. That which is not great, but
where do you play him?
I say out and out striker.
Wow,
Out and out
interesting.
striker.
With a
Someone.
target man with
Yeah,
a
I think he's good enough.
I think he's a 10. I remember watching him play for Hartlepool against Notts, and I thought, I wish we could. That guy he just ran the game, and when they took him, I thought, why are you taking him off? Because he just had the ball, he created things, and when he's played I think he played as a 10 for us, didn't he, for a few games, and he's got that ability. I don't see him as an out striker, but I see him as a
I've
10.
seen Milton
I like
Keynes
that.
away. He was
Yeah.
one of the best performances I've seen him play this year. It was fantastic.
He's a good footballer.
He starts
Yeah.
every week for me in the National League.
Yeah,
And-
I
and-
like
and he
him,
rips
but
it up.
Yeah.
I don't like him how they use him. He shouldn't play
Yeah.
wide in a
No.
4-4-2. And he's,
No, absolutely.
personally, I'm not a huge fan of him as an out-and-out striker either. But definitely in that 10 role, he can be
that
cracking.
I think he's yeah.
One word for this one. David Vaughan.
No.
No.
Sorry, was a good player, but I think I think he's past it.
Not only was he not a brilliant player, a big waste of money as well.
Yeah.
Better spent on a few other players.
Yeah,
That's the main
Candid
thing.
for us.
If he was a 21-year-old coming through, you could make a case for, maybe in a different formation he could play to his strengths, but certainly not for the wage or the age.
No.
It's not going to
No.
happen, is it?
We're all together on that, aren't we? Virgil Gomez. No.
Didn't think he was.
I expected so much from him.
I heard he's so rapid
Yeah,
that we
I've
never
never
saw
seen
it.
it.
Started off well.
Yeah.
We came up with that new kind of tactic with Forest Green and Mansfield, where he was kind of really stretching that defence just by playing long balls over the top. And as soon as that got found out, he was.
But you've got to have that quality of ball, and we've lacked that.
Yeah, he might have a chance in the the future, but
He's only
certainly not.
17.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Is it?
So
Yeah, it's
Potentially, but
that young.
I wouldn't have him for next season.
No.
No, I wouldn't.
it might be a bit too much for him at that age down there. Yeah, possibly.
He's kind of player that's going to get
Stick in the youth
kicked
teams for a little bit.
Yeah.
Enzio. Oh, that's a hard.
Yes, but someone he needs confidence. He reminds me of Gary Jones under Allardyce. Kane had no confidence whatsoever. It was awful. And the fans got his back. Next season, I forget how many goals he scored, but he was putting them in left, right, so because he got confidence. Because I think Farrell played up from him, and it just gave him confidence.
What
And
do you reckon?
He's definitely got the ability. He's a good
Yeah.
player, but I think with what's happened at the club, maybe Kuehl getting the sack.
I feel like he needs a fresh start though. I think he's
maybe
his confidence is maybe a fresh start of a new season maybe.
I think it's easy to forget he had quite a long spell out injured.
Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah.
a 3-month spell, and it was desperate when he came back. So was he fully fit?
Was he brought back too soon?
Exactly. That's the question. I don't think it's a question of if we would keep him. I think it's a question of if someone else
Would
is
come in
going to come in for him,
Yeah.
because he's going to be on wages and he's going to be wanting to play at
I do
higher
think a
level.
lot was expected of him. Like
Yeah.
you'd see him on the team sheet as your number one player like for a long time.
All the time. Come on,
There's
Enzio.
so much.
For me, he plays in a 4-3-3 on the last man, and he was asked to trap back and all that.
Oh,
And
it's horrible.
it's not his game. Not his game.
Christian Oxlade-Chamberlain.
I haven't seen him play, so I can't.
Didn't he come on and get sent off within minutes?
Yes.
In his
Yeah.
last
A couple
period.
of
So
reds.
yeah, that's definitely no. Andy Kellett, I liked him what I saw of him.
Well, that's the problem. It's what you see of him.
Yeah.
He appears to have great technical ability, but unfortunately can't keep himself fit. Constantly injured.
He's another one who could play 10, and that when he played against us for Chesterfield, he just ran the show, pinging the ball left, right, and centre, and we couldn't get near him.
So versatile as well.
Yeah.
Left back, left wing, 10.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
really useful.
And his
player.
commitment seems quite good when he comes on.
Yep.
Does he have it?
Yep.
Hemmings, what do you think?
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
100%. If we
Definitely.
can keep him, keep him.
I think that was a wrong. Like a lot of people thought he was lazy and didn't care. I think he's the kind of player he just waits for the ball to come around him. As soon as it's around him, darts off.
Yeah.
And like the quality we spoke about, didn't we, on after Swindon game? The quality of crossing's awful.
Yeah.
Like
He had
he's got nothing to
no
go for.
delivery there.
Oh, yeah.
And the last decent cross, what were you saying to Hemmings? Stead against
I can't remember who it was against.
was it Grimsby?
No, it wasn't Grimsby.
Also remember, he's been injured.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's done all right.
This last part of the season, I wonder if he's another one who's played with an injury. He's only been 80% fit.
There was a game towards the end of the season. Was it the MK at home match?
Yeah.
And he sat out because of a knock, and it was kind of touch and go whether he
He
made
was
it
having to
or
get his knee seen to a lot, wasn't he? He was getting his knee drained and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
which
another
is
player.
shit,
I think wrong formation for him. I think he's a 4-3-3 man. He plays on his own. He never looks like he was comfortable as a 2. And Alessandro behind Hemmings could be interesting in the conference.
Alessandra's the
Yeah,
man.
I don't know why that was never given a chance. It
Alessandra's
sounds,
the man
yeah.
next season.
I mean, he's a man who got top goal scorer and he never really looked comfortable throughout the whole season. I don't think we ever played a formation that suited him.
No.
Yeah.
He still
No.
managed to get top goal scorer. So.
Yeah, he's got the quality. It's just what's behind him. There was just
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll have wanted better from the season as well. It wasn't a stellar season by any chance. I said it was rubbish, but it wasn't. It was probably
Bit
below
harsh.
par. Yeah, it was harsh. It was harsh, but he wouldn't have wanted the season he had last year. He would have wanted better. So
Right, I'll go through a few of these next ones quite quick. So Brisley.
no, please.
Sorry,
No,
it's
no,
Cheerio.
it's finished for me. Hussein, not Hussein.
No, he's not touched the team anytime.
He's
He had
got
such
skill and
promise.
ability. Yeah, he came out.
The last thing I can remember of Hussein was against Crewe.
Screamer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
goal
and
of the season
and
last season.
That was last goal.
He's got a load of technical ability, but there's got to be a reason why he hasn't got in the team consistently in the
And
3 or 4 managers.
He was at Accrington, and John Coleman didn't keep him. So, and Coleman can spot a player a mile off.
I think he might be a bit lightweight, unfortunately,
Yeah.
for National League.
Yeah.
If you're starting him in your midfield, you've got to have a ball winner.
Got a bit of Andre Boucard about him, if you remember that far back.
Yes.
Sam Stubbs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
keep him tomorrow. bloody
Yeah,
hell.
I think he's destined for bigger things.
I know we're saying there's nothing about contracts and all this, and if we just have him back, but there's no chance he's coming back.
There's
No.
no chance he's coming back.
He should
He's
go on
far too
loan
young.
to League One next year, and good luck to him.
Yeah.
He's a good lad and he's a good
Absolute
footballer.
class.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He was arranging the
Yeah.
older players at the back.
Yeah.
Came in
Well,
immediately,
nice.
started
You
bossing
can see him,
around.
couldn't you?
Unbelievable. Yeah. You just had that level up over everyone else for me.
We watched a game though, didn't we? Where there was a bit of ping pong at the back. You were telling me you'd spotted it, and Duffy had made some mistake, and Stubbs cleared it up, and then Duffy went ballistic at Stubbs,
Yeah, telling him that he's
trying to cover for his mistake.
yeah.
Yeah, but Stubbs is class. Elliot Ward, gone.
Bye.
Contract says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Great commitment, mate.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Will Patching.
He's got potential.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's meant to be technically very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Show
I
what
think
he
if
can
he's
do next
used
season.
properly.
Yeah.
Okay, next one's pretty easy. Jim O'Brien,
Yeah.
Yeah.
keep him. I'd like what I've seen.
He's the player you need in the National League. He gets
Yeah.
stuck here.
He's a driver.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to come up against him either because he's going in 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I like him, Dan Jones. He's the only player at the club-
Defensively, no.
No, he's the only player that can cross the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Defensively, no.
It's
yeah.
a good point. Bergamo said that they got no one who can cross the ball. Yeah.
Literally,
Would you have played him last season just for his technical ability of crossing and free kicks
Yeah.
and corners?
yeah.
I think how many goals we could have got
You
from that.
lose the defensive element of him, but
He never
Yeah,
got
but he
he never got
counteracts
a chance,
him.
did he? After Nolan.
no, I like him.
No, I think another thing that doesn't help for Jones is last year, 17-18 Jones, we had Grant and Hawkridge as our wingers who were very much had the ability to track back and let the fullbacks go on and cross that ball. And this year we started with Enzio and, oh God, it slips my mind who was left mid to start with. But they definitely had more of a defensive responsibility this year, and it didn't suit him or Tuchel, I don't think. So it depends how you play, I guess. I think he could do a real job in the conference, but equally I think he's wrong side of the 30 now, or definitely close to
yeah,
it. So.
yeah, I think he is. Milson. Yes,
We discussed it before.
yes,
Yeah.
but as a midfielder,
I don't think there's a left back for us because out of all we had two specialist left backs, which couldn't get in the team. He started at left back at Fulham, and he ended up as our left back. That's only my own. Yeah,
He's
the thing is, he can't go past people, can he?
He's frustrating to watch. When he's got the ball, you have no hope in him whatsoever. He just seems to lose it. His passes.
If he was just a squad player, I would keep him. But my issue with him is that he's one of those players that falls into the mould of it. Some people going, oh, he can do everything, and other people are going, no, he can't. He can do nothing. He doesn't have a special standout
Yeah,
quality, and I can't work out if that's a good thing or that's a bad thing. But I certainly think at left back he's been all right this year. But I certainly think he's not been as good as 90. Well, 90's harsh, but it's probably 60-70% of left backs in the league.
yeah, right. Avina,
No,
Sorry.
I'd say yeah.
I'd agree.
I liked
I'd say,
him.
yeah. No,
I
think,
liked him.
I
he
think the
hasn't
problem
been seen since January.
I know, but
Realistically, he's not
that's,
staying.
that's the problem, though. A problem with the whole thing we've just gone through there. A lot of the players have not had the chance. They've not had constant football.
I mean, you gamble on giving them another chance.
Yeah,
or-
Avina in that league, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it was Cambridge. I remember it. He for the first 20 minutes he was skinning players like their fullback against Cambridge. I remember.
There must be something in training that we don't see.
Yeah, there
that he
must
doesn't
be.
get picked.
But yeah, I would.
If you're
I
in a
would keep
relegation
him.
season and you're not getting a look even on the bench, I'm
yeah.
But it's
I'm
been for
trusting the
yeah.
coach on that one.
Another easy one, Mitch Rose.
Yeah.
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 I'd love
Yeah.
to see him and Jim at centre mid next year.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
they could
he's
be-
centre mid.
Mid-
Versatile as well.
Yeah.
He's better in midfield for me by a
Definitely.
long shot.
Ryan Schofield.
Oh yeah.
Keep.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I
a
think
good
going for
keeper.
best
He
days.
does his job. He's nothing.
Bear in mind how old he is. He's done very well.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a bit more an elder goalkeeper next year though. Just
Yeah.
a bit more organisation. I think that's what was missing
Yeah.
from his game maybe.
Or maybe someone that's been there before.
Yeah.
Just give a bit of insight to the league, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good point. Craig McHale-Smith.
Yes.
Yes.
Star player.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
he's,
I think he'd do a job in that league.
he's
At that age,
unbelievable.
yeah.
He's,
Even at that
How can
age.
he run 20-year-olds down?
Yeah, it's crazy.
he's unbelievable.
Yeah, class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somehow we keep him, I'll be over the moon with that.
He's
He's
very
an
optimistic
unbelievable.
about the season to come if we keep him.
Oh yeah.
He
Yeah.
He ran things on his own. He chased everything down. He ran at players. He's
Give us that hope on the last day.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what's happening with Wickham. As far as I'm aware, he's got one more year on his contract. But if you're loaning out a player of that age, they're
He's
probably
not
not in your immediate plans.
saying
see
that
what
though.
happens.
We was discussing. At the end of the Swindon game, Harley walked straight over to him, had his arm around him, and it's like he
Yeah.
was saying, "Look at these fans," sort of thing. That's what the
Oh, he
impression
looked
I got.
upset. He was upset. I think.
But
Yeah.
I feel like Harley went over there to try and persuade him to maybe come back next season. But maybe
Yeah.
that's just me being optimistic.
yeah.
He seems like he cared anyway.
Yeah.
Go
One-
on.
Yeah, next one, John Stead. I think it's finished. No.
Yeah, was he 36 now? I mean, I like him. I've always been a fan of his because he always puts a shift in. He'll never go past people, but he makes centre halves' life so hard.
Doesn't win a free kick though, does he? If he gets
I think
fired?
Oh, yeah. Referees never give him anything. Yeah.
I think if he stayed in League Two, I would have said no. But I think dropping down to the National League, maybe he could do a job.
There was talk of America,
Certainly
wasn't
not.
there?
Certainly not starting striker.
I think it was last
No.
summer. Sorry, there was talk of America. That's with this year. That's now gone completely.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Absolutely.
think what we were saying earlier, and there's an interview with him that backs it up. How there was like divides in the camp where there's like three groups of players. So you've got the Kuehl,
Oh, right, yeah.
Nolan, and the Hardley players. I think he's one of those players that would be like Nolan backed, and he's been in an interview saying that he feels like Nolan shouldn't have got the sack, and I think that undermines the owner, the manager, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a really poorly timed.
Yeah.
We all know we wouldn't have.
So what was that?
gone
In
down
hindsight,
if-
two, two games left of the
It's just
season.
not
and
helpful,
something like
is
that.
it?
That was awful.
It's like, come on, mate,
Um,
just give it a rest.
So I'm going to go one more senior player, very senior, and then go to some younger ones. So Michael Doyle, I would get rid.
I don't know.
Oh,
I think for his footballing ability, I'd probably, well, I say I'd keep him. He wasn't that great, but it kind of feels like he's a big presence off the pitch. And I feel like with a relegated team, you kind of need a bit of a change in the atmosphere in a dressing room. He's an older player. He's captained the team. He's got a strong personality. I don't think it'd be bad for the team if he was to leave. As far as kind of what we're aware of, he's got a release clause.
Yeah.
But I think that's more on his decision if they go down. So for footballing ability, I think he'd do a job in the conference. But
He will.
yeah, we might need to freshen
Take
up
him
that.
off.
Can't fault his commitment.
no.
Don't let him
You-
take corners
you-
anymore.
But I think the thing was that he took that responsibility because there was no one else to take them,
Maybe. Yeah, but
and he was happy to put his head above.
yeah, no, fair play to him. But then you see Jim O'Brien goes up to take a corner straight away. It's a better corner.
Yeah,
Oh, set
Exactly.
pieces.
I have not like. I do like Doyle. I hope he stays because, like you say, he's a
Yeah.
good player. He's always got a good mentality for the change room as well.
I think he's got to have the right. If he had two Mitch Roses round him,
Would
Yeah.
you start him ahead of Rose and O'Brien though?
No.
If we were playing a 2, or would you play them as 3? Because there's a 3, I don't think they work.
If, for me, if he's staying in the conference, he's coming on 70th minute to short.
Then if you're not starting him, what's the point of having him?
I think as a 37-year-old, I don't think you're accepting coming off the bench.
No way.
no.
And if you've got a release clause that says you're leaving if they get relegated, and they
I
get
think
relegated,
there'll be
someone
League 2
else will
teams that take him in a
Okay.
heartbeat.
Yeah.
Or he'll go back to Coventry in a coaching role.
Yeah. Sam Osborne.
He needs
Yeah.
to be given an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he needs a chance.
Stuff I've seen of him. Yeah.
Same with Declan Dunn.
Don't know too much about the rest of the.
Don't know, but he's rated highly, so
Yeah. We see what they
Next
do.
season's a chance to give the youth a go. Really,
Yeah.
they need to.
Not necessarily though. You've got centre halves in there that are just flatten players like that. Obviously, he's a good player with a lot of potential.
Centre
But-
half, though, isn't he?
Huh?
Centre half.
No,
Done. Done.
Oh,
Dunn's
Declan Dunn.
yeah,
He's a
yeah,
forward.
a defender. No.
Declan Dunn.
Declan's centre half.
Is he?
he's
Yeah.
defender, mate.
Oh, right.
Campbell and Tete.
My mistake.
Right, no more for you.
Romain Campbell.
Yes, He needs to be given a bloody
I'm
chance.
shocked he did not play once this season.
Pace, power, scores goals.
What more do you need?
We all know it's a different level when you're playing reserve
Yeah.
football, but how are you meant to prove that you can play first team football when
It's a different level.
He's
Isn't
doing
it?
all he can.
you're not having a chance?
Nah.
It's in a relegation season, you roll the dice. Just, I don't have a clue why he didn't play.
Yeah.
And last one, Keon Atete. Is that how you say it? Atete?
Yeah.
With all the hype that's been around him, when you say that Spurs have been interested in him, you sort of think, why aren't we giving him a chance when we're at the bottom of League Two? But
Kind of coming back to what you said about forwards getting smashed
Yeah, yeah.
in
that's
the
all. I think that
conference.
was the mix-up. there.
I'm not sure if it'd be in his best interest to, as a 17-year-old, I think he's 16,
You can't,
17.
you can't drop him. Well, if you remember back to the Salford game in the Cup, Carl De Silva,
Yeah,
who was a skillful, decent player.
playing fullback as well.
Yeah, that guy kicked him, and that was it.
Yeah,
He's finished from then.
Yeah,
yeah.
don't want to know.
Yeah.
And that's how it is. So I think you're right.
I think it depends if he's here or not. There's a lot of big clubs after him.
Yeah.
I personally, I'd keep him in and around the 18. Otherwise, I'd possibly get him out to a North or South team and
Yeah.
let him experience some football.
And then two that are out on loan. Tom Crawford.
I would love to see him given a
Keep
chance.
him. Yeah.
Apparently, he was your man in the national. That's why we signed him, because of the recommendations that when he was at Chester playing in the National League, and
Yeah.
they were saying he could really, he could really boss that.
He was playing in the National League playoffs.
Yeah, for Files.
Yeah.
That's him.
So-
And then Christian Dennis. He's got to have a chance, surely.
He's got 2 more years left. I can't see any reason why he'd want to leave.
But you go back to that supply problem. If he doesn't get decent balls, he's not going to chase down the channels constantly. He's not going to be a stead. He's a the old fox in the box thing, isn't he?
Yeah. I think the only concern is that he's gone to Grimsby and not done much there either. And I would kind of like him to have gone to Grimsby and done well, and then at least give us the option that
True.
other teams might be interested in him. But
Grimsby,
I can't see anyone coming in for him.
Yeah, but Grimsby aren't that good, are they? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
True.
Probably the same thing. There probably wasn't enough service coming into it.
Okay, that's the list.
Ah.